Alright guys, how is everybody doing today? This is Ben Schmidt and we're here playing some Civilization Beyond Earth today. What I wanted to look at with you guys was how do you choose your starting location? Where do you want to land? Why make the decisions that you do? So with this, I've loaded one up. I'm on Fostic difficulty. I have to take a double check, though that shouldn't change our landing locations at all. So just want to look at where we want to land. When you land on a tile. Your city will work that tile that it's on, as well as it'll work. You have access to all the tiles right around it. So, ideally you want a nice mix of production and food. Those are kind of the two main ones you want to focus on right off the bat. Energy can be nice for gold, or energy is nice because you can buy some things, but it's not necessarily 100% necessary right off the bat. You need food to keep your city growing, as well as you need production to keep pumping out stuff. So this is what I've got off the first one. I did take the retrograde thrusters to give myself a larger area to plant on, so that we get it somewhere to go. Just more options to show you guys. One thing to keep in mind too when you're dropping down a city is wherever you plant your city, so say it's on this one food tile here, Tundra, that's where your city would be, and you get 3 tiles out in each direction. So, this algae here, right in between the algae and the tubers, right up to here between the silica and the tubers, right? So that's this border. And on the other side, it would go all the way out to this double food tile, kind of this, right like this. Sorry, it wouldn't go all the way up to the algae, right? But so that's kind of what we're looking at if we planted there. So it's just a matter of, you want to think down the line, what's it going to get me? But also immediately, landing on a bunch of 1-1 tiles isn't going to help you a lot. So looking at this tile's nice with the chitin on the grassland. 3 food worked by 1 means you're always going to be getting a little extra food from that tile, which is great. Some other things I'm noticing here is we've got some strategic resources. So the floatstone here and here are both accessible if we plant somewhere on this end, one way or another, right? If I plant it here, I can reach this. If I plant it here, I can reach this. If I plant it here, I can reach there. Also, if I plant here. There's also, over here, we've got Fraxite, which is different strategic resource available or needed for different things. So good starting that we've got these all around. I would think I would want to settle on one of the 2 of them. But now more to the nitty gritty. Ideally, I'm not a huge fan of settling on 1 tiles. It's not a great benefit right off the bat. But I also want to keep in mind that if I can get somewhere that has access to stuff around it that's more than 1, it can be helpful. I personally like a lot of growth right off the bat. Growth will increase the population of your city. Giving you more population allows you to work more tiles around that city. So looking right here, I'm kind of torn. If I plant here, I lose 1 tile due to the fissure, or the canyon, sorry. But we've got 3 food, 2 food, 1 energy, 2 food, 1 production, which with the paddock we can increase production. Same with this one, with the paddock we can increase production. And down the line, from here we would have access to actually 3 floatstone resources. Up here, there's not a lot great. There's also some really nice inland lake here, which are 3 tiles to start with. And there is, within chemistry, I believe or biochemistry has an upgrade that increases the production of water tile, or not production, but I believe it gives some more food and some more energy from water tiles. I would have to just double check that for you guys though. So I'm having a tough call here. There's a nice variety of stuff up in this direction with some science tiles, but I think I would lean in this case here. God, it's a tough decision. It'll immediately allow me to work this and this right off the bat, which I think would be a really good benefit. I did take the extra population as well in this one. My city itself isn't generating a lot. It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen on others, so I think that is where I would be landing. So as you guys can see, here it is with all the tiles laid out. When we enter the city, I've got 2 populations, so I'm working the 3 and the 2-1. So with this, I am getting an additional 3 food per turn. So my capital, that 1 tile it landed on, it added another 2 food and another 1 production. So that's kind of interesting. And then we're getting, so our city isn't supporting a population, so it's 2 food, and then we get the 1 extra food from the chitin. Overall, not bad. We're making 6 production. It's pretty good. You know, we did take from some culture stuff. I would not call this a bad start at all. 6 turns till new citizen. That's really nice. I would probably work on improving these 2 right off the bat, but we've got, with our next population, we can land it on a 2 food tile anyways, which is nice in that it's not supporting extra stuff. If we get to 3 population before our city grows, I would likely buy one of these 2 tiles as well, so that we keep the city growing. We don't want to, the quicker we can get population, the faster we can get stuff out. It will affect our health, which is, you know, we want to keep up on that with clinics and things, but it will also keep our science growing, which is very important, right? If you want to keep ahead on science. So that is where I would plant this. Let's quit back to the main menu and just try a couple others. Okay. So no retrograde thrusters on this one. So what would be our play here? A lot of 3 tiles here, but spread out. Just looking at this, I'm kind of leaning towards up here. Again, the 3 food I like. There's no amazing tiles. I want to kind of keep close to these right along the river here. 3, 3, 3, 3 are all really nice. 4, 3, 4, 4. I kind of want to be able to work all of these. I'm not seeing anything amazing down here. I'm thinking I would drop on this one. Hills do provide a bit of a defensive bonus. I kind of want to drop it right on there. So let's see what this does. Okay, so we'll notice here when we drop the city, we got 2 more food and 1 more production. So we have 2 food, 2 production, 1 energy. That's not bad at all. But it's good to know that it seems like your city adds 2 food and 1 production to wherever you drop it. Now, if we go into our city, again, we've got that extra population. Right here, we're working the 2 food tile, we're working the 2 food tiles, so we're getting a citizen in 8 turns. Our borders are also growing to the chitin, which will increase our food production, which is great. Lots of versatility around here in terms of I could switch both of these to, say, these tiles to bump up my production and still keep myself stagnant, so I'm not losing population. Right? Which is nice to go. Production, nice to have the capability to swap production like that. So that's not too bad. So our total here is 17274 for 1421 for a total of 21. Okay, let's do a menu again. Let's see what we got. So I hope this is helping you guys kind of think about where you want to plant it. You want to think about the tiles that you're going to be possibly able to work. The last game there wasn't much resources around, so it didn't really sway my decision too much. But yeah, if you can get off to a good start, you know, even 1 or 2 more production ahead of what your opponents are, you're definitely going to feel that bit of a boost off the bat. You'll be getting things out like your colonists and your explorers out earlier, which will, you know, give you a bit of a footing that's ahead of them. Which, you know, especially if you're playing with your friends, I'm sure you want to kick their butts. So every little bit helps. And yeah, we'll go with this. Here is our third one. What do you think we're gonna get? Okay, so definitely retrograde thrusters on this one. So lots of extra space, which means we can see a lot more, which is great. Okay, so 1 floatstone here. 2 xenomass, which are again another strategic resource, typically used for harmony ends of things, and a xenomass over here. Again, looking at our tiles, I'm seeing a lot of growth here and along here, which is great. You know, lots of growth options around here. We've got some hills for production in and around here. I'm very tempted to almost settle. This time, let's try settling on something with food on it already. Previously, we've just done a production and a production energy tile. And miasm, this green stuff floating on it, does not damage your city. It will damage units that's standing in it, but not your city. Down the line, you can upgrade to have units heal in miasm or clear miasm. So when you're planting your city, it's not too big of a deal. Workers will take damage working these tiles though right off the bat. So something to keep in mind, you don't want to plant right in the middle of miasm if you're not going to be able to work tiles very easily, if you keep having to bring your worker back to heal. So again, this 3 tile right off the bat is going to be great. I'm thinking maybe here, 1, 2, 3, so we get the xenomass. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we get this. We would also get the floatstone fungus chitin. You know, it's not bad, guys. Not bad at all. I don't think I could get more resources, whether they're basic resources or strategic, from a better spot. So let's go ahead and drop right there. So 2-1 is what it's on. And let's see what we get when we open it up. So it goes to 4-1-1. So energy 2, 4 food, 1 production, 1 energy. So yeah, definitely looks like your city drops 2 in the way of 2 food and then 1 production wherever you plant it. Adds to the base tile growth there. And again, we're working this, so we've got a citizen in 2 turns, which is great. Here, our breakdown is 1, 4, 5, 8, 3, just right here. Our culture, production, food, energy, science. So we get a nice total of 21 on this one, which is the same as we had last go. So that's, you know, being able to get 21 resources right off the bat, it's not bad. A little bit higher on this one, we've got 1 less population than our start last time. So we're getting 1 less science, but we're making up for it over here to even it out. So just think, if we would have got the extra population, we would actually be ahead. And I think I'm going to try 1 more of this. Let's see how it goes. Okay guys, here we go with this last one. So again, looks like we've got retrograde thrusters. So it gives us Lots more space to explore. Lots of water around here. No inland though, which the inland like lakes give you one extra food than the coastal does. We've got xenomass on one side, we've got Firaxite on the other, and some float stones. However, if I land here, I can get the one Firaxite. If I land here, 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 I can get this Firaxite. It looks like nothing can get dual strategic resources wherever I'm looking. Kind of unfortunate. It's always nice to have access to those dual, because they allow your capital to build more buildings. There are certain buildings that require a workable strategic resource within your boundaries in order to work it off, or in order to build that building. Tends to be a little bit later game. But yeah, so where to build here? I would ideally like to either get the xenomass. So this Firaxite I have to build here. This Firaxite I have to build here. And this xenomass would have to be anywhere basically here. This way. That basically means I do not want this hill. I do not want this fiber. Well, I could do the fiber. If building on here, I would lose the basic resource though. Not that it really changes anything, but the basic resource means there's higher tile yields that it can get, so you might as well try to keep things moving with that, and avoid them if possible. If there's a great spot though, jump on it. You know, don't detriment yourself just because you heard me say, oh, you delete those. In the end, you want the best spot possible, even if it means losing a basic resource. Here, I'm very tempted to go here. It cuts down on my number of tiles, because all three of these canyons are in my city. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal sometimes. Very rare that you get enough bodies to work all the tiles in your borders. And on top of that, you know, you can always put people as specialists. It's not like they're going to run out of things to do in your city. So I don't find the canyons. If you had canyons in every tile in your starting spot, it would be an issue. So here, you know, I'm very much liking the 3 again, and it can be improved to a 4. From here, I also have access to the algae, some nice coastal. There are some nice coastal upgrades in this game to make coastal tiles not quite as bad as Civ 5. Can reach the Firaxite, can reach this 5 tile that can be upgraded to a 6 tile very easily. And this is all desert up here, so there are some things that allow increase the desert tiles as well. So yeah, this is basically deserts, and then we've got grassland on this side. The xenomass is tempting for me, but I think this is the one with all these lucrative tiles up here. So let's see what we got. Okay, again, only the 1 population. Oh, so we're working the 3 tile, which is great. Citizen in 2 turns like last time. We do have 1 less population, so things aren't super great. But we do have, just looking at here, so the 2 tile went up to a 4-1. Wonderful. We've got 1, 4, 5, 7, 3, so 10, 20. So slightly worse than our tiles last time. But definitely better than ours twice ago, because we don't have that extra population that would attribute to our science, as well as work a tile to give us likely at least 2 or 3 more things. If we had a third right, or an extra guy right here, we'd be up 3 more, so we'd be 1 in our science and 2 from whichever of these 3 tiles we decide to work it with. So definitely not a bad start, guys. I hope you all are taking something away from this. One neat little tip that, you know, your screen when you start Beyond Earth will not look like this. It is in this toggle map options. Into here, you can toggle the different things. So you want to see where the resources are that I was talking about, put your resource icons on. Artifacts are always nice. I'll do a video later on talking about expeditions, what you can get from them, why you should go after them, etc., but I always like to keep them on so you know where they're at on your screen. You can see there's an artifact right down here when I toggle it. Yield icons are the icons telling you what each tile yields. Love having these on. It helps you plan where you want to plant things. Less thinking of like, okay, what does grasslands get me? What does desert get me? You can make very snap decisions this way. Compared, I personally like the hex grid. It's up to you. I keep trade routes on as well, so I can see where my trade routes are really moving, where I need to protect, so that they don't get plundered, that sort of thing. But yeah, hope you guys all very much enjoyed this video and took some stuff away from it. Love to hear from you guys. Anything I'm missing in terms of, you know, did I overlook something major about where I should be, you know, where you're planting your city? Also, is there things you guys want to know about Beyond Earth? I would ideally like at some point to start going through the tech tree, give you guys some suggestions as to how to play the different affinities, things like that. But if there's certain aspects that you want to hear from, let me know and I'll try to push that out for you. Don't forget, if you want to keep up to date on my videos, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, it's great. You know, if you enjoyed it, tell the world. And yeah, if you want to stay up to date on this stuff like this, you can also join BJ & Co group on Facebook. We do all sorts of different things regarding to video games, posting news, videos, all sorts of stuff. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.